Imagine a land where the mountains rise like ancient guardians, their peaks piercing the clouds. Where fjords, carved over thousands of years, reflect the sky so perfectly it feels like floating in a dream. Where waterfalls thunder with life and silence so pure it fills your soul. This is Norway, a country where nature doesn't just exist, it tells a story. A story of ice and fire, of rivers and cliffs, of skies that dance with color in ways that make you question reality. In the next few minutes, we'll travel from the colorful streets of Bergen to the Arctic wilderness of Svalbard, from cliffs that make your heart race to fjords so tranquil they feel like a meditation. And trust me, by the time we reach our last hidden gem, you'll be ready to pack your bags and step into this fairy tale land yourself. Stay until the end. The most magical place is a secret even many locals don't know. 10. Bergen, the gateway to the fjords. Our journey begins in Bergen, Norway's gateway to the fjords, a city where history and beauty meet at every corner. Picture streets lined with colorful wooden houses that seem to have been lifted from a storybook, reflecting in the calm waters of the harbor. The scent of the sea mingles with fresh baked bread from local bakeries, and the sound of seagulls echoes across the cobbled streets. Take the Fløyen funicular to the top of Mount Fløyen, and the city unfolds below like a living painting. From here, you see why Bergen is called the City of Seven Mountains. Wander through the old fish markets where every corner tells a story of sailors, traders, and centuries of Norwegian heritage. Bergen doesn't just welcome you, it invites you to live its story. But if Bergen shows Norway's history and charm, our next stop reveals its raw, untouched natural power. 9. Geirangerfjord, Norway's emerald jewel. Geirangerfjord is a masterpiece of nature. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is carved by glaciers over thousands of years, leaving cliffs that rise impossibly high and waters so green they look unreal. Waterfalls, like the Seven Sisters and the Suder, cascade from dizzying heights, sending mist into the air that sparkles in the sunlight like diamonds. Cruising through the fjord on a small boat, you can feel the sheer scale of nature. Farms cling to cliffs as if defying gravity, and the mountains seem to whisper secrets from an age long past. Geirangerfjord is a place that reminds you why humans are drawn to nature, because it makes us feel alive, humble, and endlessly curious. If you think this is Norway's crown jewel, wait until we reach islands that feel like they were painted by the gods themselves. 8. Lofoten Islands, nature's Arctic canvas. The Lofoten Islands are unlike anywhere else on Earth. Towering peaks rise straight from the sea, their jagged shapes mirrored perfectly in the waters below. Small fishing villages, with their red and white cabins, dot the shoreline like tiny jewels. Hiking along the rugged trails, you feel the crisp Arctic air on your face and hear the wind whisper through the mountains. Sunsets here are unlike anything you've ever seen. Fiery skies reflected in the icy waters, painting the world in colors so vivid they almost seem unreal. Lofoten is not just a place to see, it's a place to feel, to lose yourself, and to be reminded that nature is the greatest artist of all. And speaking of dramatic heights, Norway has a cliff that will make your heart stop in awe. 7. Trolltunga, the edge of the world. High above the valleys of western Norway lies one of the most iconic spots in the world, Trolltunga, the Troll's Tongue. A giant rock ledge juts out nearly 700 meters above Lake Ringedalsvatnet, suspended like a frozen moment between earth and sky. The hike to Trolltunga isn't easy. It takes hours, through rocky trails, mountain winds, and mist. But when you finally stand at the edge, looking down into the deep blue lake below, time seems to stop. Every breath feels sharper, every sound fades away. It's just you, the wind, and the infinite space below. It's a test of courage, but also a celebration of freedom. That feeling of standing at the world's edge and realizing how small, yet how infinite we truly are. But not all of Norway's magic is found in its heights. Some of it flows quietly, deep in the heart of its wildest fjords. 6. Nærøyfjord, nature's hidden symphony. Nærøyfjord is one of Norway's narrowest fjords, but perhaps its most enchanting. Only 250 meters wide in places, it's a corridor of serenity, flanked by cliffs that soar over 1,000 meters high. Waterfalls tumble from unseen heights, and small villages appear like whispers against the mighty walls of stone. Sailing here feels like drifting through a forgotten dream, where mist dances above the water and silence feels sacred. It's no wonder this fjord inspired filmmakers and poets alike. Here, you don't just see nature, you feel it. In the quiet ripples of the water, the distant cry of an eagle, and the way light filters through the mist. Nærøyfjord isn't loud or grand. It's gentle, spiritual. It's Norway's heart beating in slow motion. From quiet fjords, our journey turns north, toward a place where the earth freezes, but the sky burns with color. 5. Tromsø, gateway to the Arctic light. Welcome to Tromsø, where the Arctic Circle begins and the night sky comes alive. Known as the gateway to the Arctic, this city sits beneath the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights, those mystical ribbons of green, purple, and blue that dance endlessly across the heavens. But Tromsø isn't only about the lights, it's about the feeling they awaken in you. Standing there, wrapped in the cold silence as the sky ignites, it's as if the universe itself is speaking in colors. By day, the charm continues. Wooden houses painted in bright tones, cozy cafes serving cinnamon rolls and coffee, and locals whose warmth melts the chill. Tromsø is proof that even in the coldest places, beauty burns brightest. But Norway holds wonders even deeper in its Arctic soul, where polar bears roam and silence feels eternal. 4. Svalbard, the frozen frontier. Far above the Arctic Circle lies Svalbard, one of the world's northernmost inhabited places. It's a land of snow and silence, where the sun disappears for months, and the night glows with stars. Here, reindeer wander freely, glaciers stretch beyond the horizon, and the air feels untouched by time. In summer, the midnight sun never sets, bathing the world in endless golden light. In winter, the northern lights sweep across the sky like silent fire. Svalbard is a reminder of Earth's fragility and majesty, a place that humbles you, makes you feel like an explorer again, standing on the edge of the world. From the silence of the north, we return to the beating heart of Norwegian tradition, a city built on beauty and balance. 3. Oslo, the modern soul of Norway. Oslo, the capital of Norway, is where modern design meets timeless nature. Surrounded by forests and fjords, it's a city that breathes, green, clean, and full of culture. From the sleek lines of the Opera House, rising like an iceberg from the harbor, to the vibrant neighborhoods of Grünerløkka, Oslo is a city built to be felt as much as seen. Wander the harborfront at night, when lights shimmer on the water and soft music drifts from open-air restaurants. Oslo is more than a capital. It's a conversation between the future and the past. But to truly feel Norway's soul, you must step into a world of waterfalls, forests, and magic. A place that looks like it came from a dream. 2. Hardangerfjord, the orchard of Norway. Hardangerfjord is where the wilderness meets wonder. Known as the Orchard of Norway, this fjord bursts with life. Apple blossoms in spring, snow-capped peaks year-round, and waterfalls that roar down from every mountain. Driving along its shores, every turn feels like stepping into a painting. You'll pass fruit farms, mirror-like waters, and one of Norway's most famous sights, Voringsfossen, a waterfall that plunges nearly 600 feet into a deep canyon below. Hardangerfjord is alive, a place of color, sound, and freshness that captures the very essence of Norway's natural rhythm. And finally, we reach the place where it all comes together, a valley of waterfalls, mist, and dreams. 1. Aurlandsfjord and Flåm, Norway's hidden heart. Deep within western Norway lies Aurlandsfjord, one of the most serene and awe-inspiring fjords in the country. At its heart rests the village of Flåm, small yet surrounded by grandeur. Here the mountains rise so steeply it feels like they're protecting a secret. Take the Flåmsbana Railway, one of the most scenic train journeys in the world, as it climbs past roaring waterfalls, green valleys, and tunnels carved through stone. Every window frame becomes a postcard, every sound a symphony of nature. Standing on the Stegastein viewpoint, the fjord stretches beneath you like a dream painted in blue and silver. It's quiet, timeless, and utterly unforgettable. From the frozen north of Svalbard to the sunlit cliffs of Hardangerfjord, Norway is not just a destination, it's a feeling, a reminder that beauty doesn't shout. It whispers in the rustle of pine forests, in the thunder of waterfalls, in the silence of snow. Maybe that's the magic of Norway. It doesn't ask to be seen, it invites you to feel, to breathe deeper, to live slower, and to remember that somewhere between the mountains and the sea, we all find pieces of ourselves we thought we'd lost. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys. Where should we go next?